When I'm hurrying out the door, I like to just grab my coat. I don't want to have to take down a hanger, unwrap the coat, put the hanger back, and then when I come back, I don't like to have to reverse that. Get the hanger, wrap the coat around it, hang it up. What I would like to do is to just throw my coat when I come in, grab it on my way out. For me, a hook would be much better, except that they are so much harder on the coat than a hanger. A hanger holds firmly because the coat is wrapped around it. But this is the thing that makes it so difficult to pull the coat off. A hook holds the coat firmly by impaling it on a point. This permanently distorts a leather or microfiber coat. Other material will return to its proper shape after you have worn the coat for a few hours, but all that poking will shorten the coat's lifetime. There are a lot of different types of coat hooks that you can buy, and I've tried many of them. This one is Vlad the Impaler. If you need to hang a suit of armor, it's the one you need. For any other kind of coat, Vlad's got great holding power, but your coat will seriously suffer before it dies. This one is Son of Vlad. It may look more civilized, but it's still pretty nasty. Where Vlad just honestly impales your coat, this guy has a more subtle hump, backed by a gentle curve that your coat should be able to fall into and hold firmly but without impaling. But when you put a coat on it, you realize that it's just pretending. It is going to impale your coat almost as badly as Vlad would. A wire hook like this might look a little better because it has this wider nose, but hanging a coat on it reveals that it is just a cheap version of Son of Vlad. You can see that you're still impaling the coat on a point. But I thought that I might be able to take one of these and bend the nose down so that it wouldn't be impaling the coat, but as soon as I put a coat on that, the coat just slipped off. So then I thought perhaps I could put a little curve behind the nose. And then I realized that I was just making another version of Son of Vlad. In fact, any curve that didn't impale the coat also didn't hold it. The only coat hook that I was able to find that held firmly without hurting the coat was this plastic thing. You might wonder why this doesn't hurt the coat, because you can see it's hanging on a very sharp hook. This thing sticks onto the wall by itself, and as soon as it has the weight of a coat on it, it pops off the wall. Comparing a wire hanger to a wire hook, it's obvious that the hanger distributes the weight of the coat over a much longer area, and therefore is putting a lot less stress on one point than what the hook would do. But even this hanger could be better. You can see that it is long this way, but quite narrow this way, and it comes to points on the ends. A different kind of hanger is more gentle. It's wider this way, and it also has a curve across the whole length so that it doesn't have to have such a sharp point at the ends. I considered taking a hanger like this, it's the gentlest I could find, and mounting it rigidly on a wall. It would be gentle enough for any coat, and I wouldn't have to take it down to remove or hang up the coat. It would hold well. In fact, it would hold too well. I would have to wrap the coat behind it, and it would definitely stay, but I couldn't just yank the coat off, and I couldn't just throw it on. Further, it's too wide. I don't just want one of these. I would like to have a row of hooks on the wall so that I have several different coats to choose from as I'm running out the door. What I wanted was something not much wider than a hook that would hold well but easily let go and wouldn't have any points to poke holes in my coat. The least pointed thing I can imagine is a ball. It drops off gently in all directions. I was sure that a coat draped over a ball would not spontaneously jump off. The only question I had was whether a ball would give up the coat easily so I could just grab it while running out the door. I tried a tennis ball. I punctured the ball and mounted it on a wooden dowel. You can see that it is going to hold the coat firmly. It's not going to be impaling the coat on a point, And it seems like it might almost work, except for one thing. It is very difficult to pull the coat off of this ball. The ball is fuzzy, and that causes the coat to stick to it, and as the coat sticks to it and I pull harder, the ball distorts and holds the coat even harder. A better ball might be smooth and firm. I considered using a wooden ball, like for croquet, but they are impossible to find. But I found something that was perfect. These are practice baseballs, and you can buy 6 of them for $4 at Kmart. To use one of these balls, we can't just mount it flush against the wall like this, because it doesn't leave enough space behind to hook the coat, and the coat is just not going to be firmly attached. Instead, we want to have it offset. We need some kind of a stem that takes it away from the wall. For the stem that I have found that's effective, I take 3/4 inch PVC pipe and cut a 1.5 inch length of it, and I mount the ball on that. I use a straight cut so that the ball comes out straight from the wall. If you want a stronger hold, you can angle one of your cuts so that the ball is aiming up at an angle, or you can make a longer length. To mount this, we're going to take a 8x3 drywall screw. That's a number 8 thread and a 3-inch length, and we're going to put it through a hole in the ball. That's going to go through the standoff piece. We don't have to drill the ball. It's soft enough so that we can just poke a hole in it. And once we've done that, we could just put the screw in it, but we want to make sure that the plastic is not damaged by the screw, so we're going to take this washer and put it into the hole. I've pushed the washer down through this big hole, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to align it with the little hole. This is much easier than trying to put the washer on the screw and then put the screw in. With this washer aligned on the little hole that I've punctured, I can just put the screw right into the hole and capture the washer, and there we have the whole assembly. And we are ready to mount it on the wall with this standoff. So I'm going to take out this old hook, and in its place I'm going to put my nice new coat ball. And there we have our new coat ball. Let's see if it fits all of the criteria. It appears to hold this coat pretty well. It certainly has gentle curves, and that coat comes off very nicely. That's fine for my microfiber, but I have another coat. This is just the opposite of the microfiber. It's a great big fluffy fiberfill, and I'd also like it to hang on this. It holds well. Again, it's not being impaled on a sharp point, and I can just pull it right off. This is what I wanted.